What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're in the shop today because it's a little chilly outside, but that's okay, because in this video we're talking tools. Alright, so Thanksgiving was this past holiday. Actually, a couple days ago. This weekend just so happened to be Black Friday weekend. Black Friday shopping. Everybody's shopping for Christmas. What to get him, what to get her. You know, your family know. Tools. So, everyone, or at least most everyone, I would say, has that one person in the family that is what I would consider a monkey with a toolbox. The definition of that, I guess, label is, I guess you would say that, the guy that likes tinkering with stuff or likes tearing stuff apart, seeing how, mechanically mindset. Whether it's, someone knee-handle grasshopper or someone like myself who, is a mechanic or whatever that deals with tools, but, still wouldn't mind having some. Or it could be, a person, in high school or, in college that's starting out that, needs tools or whatever, and you're looking for something to get them. Like, well, what do I get them? So, or you have the inevitable. The mechanic that may not be in the profession, but, he still wants to be a monkey with a toolbox on the side, but that, the inevitable happens that no monkey with the toolbox wants to happen, and that is some low-life sack of crap takes advantage of them and their tools, their investment gets stolen. People like that boil my blood because as us professional and on the side monkeys with toolboxes know, tools are not cheap by far. And I know it happens. It happens way too much, especially nowadays, which is unfortunately the case that I'm dealing with. My stuff didn't get taken, but a friend of mine did. But this was a couple of years ago, apparently. Apparently he was not in the state of North Carolina. I think he was in Tennessee when this happened, but apparently he was in a rough part of town, and he had about roughly $2,000 worth of tools in the back of his vehicle, and said vehicle, when he was at work, got broken into, and well, when he went on break, it wasn't there. So I have seen this trend going on for a couple of years now of, going to places like Harbor Freight or Lowe's or the Home Depot, and as someone that is knowledgeable of tools, getting together a list of just basic, just a starter set of tools that they would recommend from certain manufacturers. So that's what we're doing today. I had about $100 budget. I went to Harbor Freight and I got what I would consider to be a good set of a starter toolkit for someone of said passion, I guess you would say. So, without further ado, let's get into it. What all do I recommend from Harbor Freight as something that I would personally use on a daily basis? Now, a lot of these tools, some of them are not on the list because I also am throwing in some of my personal tools to this person that I either have never used or bought, used it for a little bit, and then upgraded because, let's be real, Harbor Freight is a cheaper tool brand, company, whatever. But they are by far not the cheapest but they are one of the cheap. A lot of people just don't have the money to afford, say, a Snap-on or Cornwell or Matco, whatever. You know, the basic high-end brand tools, which is why Harbor Freight exists. So, like I say, without further ado, let's get into it. What did I get this person along with the tools that I am already giving him? First up on the list is this 8-piece professional screwdriver set. The main reason is because if you look closely, they have a magnetic tip on the end of them. I love this. I love that Harbor Freight integrated that into their screwdriver set, because I use these at the shop, like, constantly. I'm constantly getting under dashes, pulling filters out, you know, getting to little bitty screws that, heaven forbid you drop them, they're going to go into another dimension and you'll never see them again. I love that they put a magnetic tip on their screwdrivers. This screwdriver set retails at Harbor Freight $10, $9.99, $10. Next up on the list, I love these also. The 22-piece SAE and metric combination wrench set. Have your ASC or metric right here and the other on the back side. This is an awesome set of tools. This retails at $19.99, so $20. 3/8 ratchet. As any monkey with a toolbox knows, yes, 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch drive ratchets are needed. But let's be real here. You can never, ever have enough 3/8 ratchets, because this is the most common, I would think, unless you're doing diesel work or, you know, industrial, whatever, to where most of the tools you have are 1/2 inch drive. That's a different story. But for general mechanics use, you're going to go through one of these before you'll go through any other ratchet. I guarantee it. This right here retails for 3/8 ratchet. If I could find it on the list here. Yes. $13.99. So $14. Not bad. Next up on the list, 3-piece, what they call a curved jaw locking pliers set. It's a pair of damn vice grips. It's a pair of vice grips, and it's 3-pack. I actually like these. The grips, I don't technically care for, but it is what it is. Sometimes it's a lot better than just having a bare metal feel tool. So it just depends on what your depends on what you prefer. This retails at $10.99, so $11 after tax. Like I say, not bad. Next up, your standard fiberglass handle claw hammer. You have a strong handle. I actually own a couple of these. I love them because they don't break as easily as the standard hickory wood handles do. I hate them dang old things. But anyhow, 16 ounce, what they call a rep hammer, claw hammer, whatever you want to call it. Because you have your standard, give something an attitude adjustment if you need to side. And you also have your, what they consider a nail puller if you're doing construction work. But also, in certain situations, this could also double as a pry bar if you need to get at something and it's being stubborn. This right here retails at, see here, why can't I find it? Because I'm looking right at it. $3.99, so $4 on Black Friday sale. Last but not least is this set. This set almost didn't make the recommends list, but it did because it's better than nothing. When these get a little bit of wear on them, the joints inside of them tend to start losing it. But if this is all that you can afford for a decent set of hand tools, they're worth the money, in my opinion. I had this exact same pair at work in my toolbox until I upgraded to a bigger set, which had, more of like your specialty tools and all that in it. But just for starting out, it truly is a great set. Personally, for something of what I do, I wouldn't get this for certain reasons, but to be honest with you, for what you're going to be doing with this, it's not bad. It's better than nothing. And with this set, like I say, you get your slip joint pliers, you get your 8-inch long nose needle nose pliers, you get a set of pretty daggone decent diagonal cutters, side cutters, dikes, whatever you call them. Groove, the groove joint pliers. I don't never heard them called groove joint. I've always heard them be called why can't I think of it? 8-inch linesman pliers. That's for like electrical and stuff like that. You have a pair of side cutters integrated with it. Channel locks. I've always used to call these channel locks, but apparently they're groove joint now. Anyhow, not a bad set either. Last on the list, it's not technically a tool, but I would still throw it on here. This is their solid rubber wheel chock. And when they say solid rubber, they mean solid rubber. I mean, you pick this thing up on the shelf, you can feel the durability in this thing. You ain't going to break this no time soon. And basically, whenever, like if you have to jack up a vehicle, this goes behind the rear wheel of the vehicle, and it prevents anything from happening while you're underneath it. This is one of the best wheel chocks. I have plenty of these. I love them. One of the best wheel chocks, other than the big old boy that you see. I love these. Because, that's solid. Ain't nothing going to go nowhere if you place this behind it. So, with that being said, how much does this all cost altogether? Well, you add it all up, it comes out, after tax, just about $85. Which, for all of that, in my opinion, is damn worth it. If that's what you can do. Now, besides that, I am going to give him... I bought this years ago, and I completely forgot about it. This is a SAE N metric 3/8 set of Craftsman shallow well sockets. Yes, technically you can use deep well too, but for what he's going to be doing, most of the time you're going to need a shallow well for just about everything. If he needs a deep well socket, then he'll have to furnish that on his own. But anyhow, that, and I threw in another like a little small socket set or whatever. It was like $10. So, whatever. I got socket rails for that too. I'm going to donate to them. But anyhow, there you go, guys. That is some of the tools. That's not everything. That's just a brief, just a starter kit just to get you down the road. Something that you can throw in a tool bag and it'll be just enough to throw in the back of your truck or in the trunk of your car. And, it be able to do probably 98 to 100% of what you're going to run into without having a professional do it. If you're, stuck on the side of the road or whatever. So, there it is. So that wraps it up, guys. I hope that whoever is watching this video, I hope that helps anybody who is shopping for, say, that one person that's a monkey with a toolbox in the family, or you're just, shopping for that one novice that just, likes tearing into stuff on the weekends. There ain't no problem with that. There's a couple people that I know of that's, not, working in an automotive shop or whatever, that just likes, tearing into stuff on the weekends. Ain't no problem with that. Great investment, and like say, the sky's the limit as far as upgrading this set. Just depends on your budget, but not a bad set, and I'll leave it there. Till next time.